Most of you probably don't know who I am, but my name is Braden Haynes and I'm the Chief of Operations at Full House Group. As you probably do know, Full House Group is home to the Australian Poker League, the 888 Poker League, and we've recently commenced management of pub poker in Melbourne. On behalf of Gary Nicholson and all the team at Full House Group, it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the pinnacle of our competitions, the main event. And of course, I'd also like to wish all of you luck as you fight it out for a share of well over $500,000 in cash and prizes. Of course, at an event this size, there's a lot of people to thank. And I'd certainly like to thank Jim, Mike, Jen, Liv and all the team at Crown for their continued support of Full House Group. I'd like to thank Chris and Kiri from Eye Candy Design, Stephen Doig and Sean Callender from Poker Media Australia, Rob Wilson for the fantastic player packs that you've all no doubt collected at registration. And without singling anyone else out, I'd also like to thank the entire Full House Group team who have worked tirelessly to bring you the main event. You guys inspire me every day with your integrity, your passion for poker, the pride you take in your work, and your determination to bring the players the best possible poker tournaments you can. You know, all of us in this room, we share one thing in common. We love poker, or we love what poker represents to us. Poker's about connecting, and I can see it in this room. It's about the people we meet, the friends we make, the good times we have. I know there's been plenty of people that have already had good times in the last 24 hours. You know, some people in this room have made lifelong friends through poker. You know, there's actually some people in this room who have met their future wives or their future husbands through a game of poker. Poker's also about challenging yourself. It's about becoming better at the game. It's about improving your skills. I mean, how many of us in this room have a poker book at home? How many of us actually looked at that poker book in the preparation and the lead up to the main event just to sort of scan through and see get a few little hints in the lead up? Poker doesn't discriminate. Poker doesn't care if you have $1 million in the bank or you owe $1 million to the bank. Poker doesn't care if you have red hair, does it? All the ginger ninjas in the room. Exactly. You don't have to be good at sport to be good at poker. Poker doesn't care what colour skin you have. Poker doesn't deal better hands to the able-bodied or those living with a disability. Poker doesn't discriminate. And that's what we love about poker. Poker is everybody's game. In 2012, Full House Group is going to be launching Everybody's Game campaign across our entire network. We want to show Australia why we love poker, and we believe this campaign is going to do it. I encourage you to share your experience of poker and the main event with others that you know. If we all tell the world why this game is so much fun and plays an important part of our lives, then poker will live on in this country forever. I think we all have a responsibility to do that as lovers of the game. We'll be providing you with many ways to participate in the Everybody's Game campaign over the coming months, so keep an eye out for it. All right, now before we get going on the start of the tournament, I need to introduce you to a handful of people that work very hard to bring your poker experience to life week in, week out. First up, there's two people that are representing our franchisee and licensee network. We have Tracy and Jimmy Chew Richardson, As one of the founding franchisees of the Australian Poker League, Tracy's worked in the southwest region of Sydney, as many of you would know, one of the most successful regions in the country, and Tracy was also instrumental in helping to bring Full House Group and APL together. Along with Tracy, we have Sean Sidepot Everett. Sean tells me that he ran games in Queensland for over 12 months without knowing how to split a side pot. Glenn Williams, his business partner, tells me he still doesn't. But Sean's very well loved, well known in both APL and 888PL circles. Next, three of our tournament directors. These guys are the people that bring to life your weekly events. Daniel Hook from the New South Wales Outer West region, who works for one of the most passionate and dedicated licensee teams in the country, Lenny and Christine Wright. Daniel worked for 2 years and he's directed over 350 poker tournaments. We've also got Ernie Patterson from Vic Metro West. Ernie's one of our most experienced tournament directors. He's clocked up over 1,000 poker tournaments, ladies and gentlemen, since 2007. And he's also a fixture at our state champs. And last but not least is Dakota Tran. For those in the northern suburbs of Adelaide, you'll recognise Dakota for his enormous energy, his great customer service. Dakota has clocked up over 1,500 tournaments as a tournament director. Give these guys a round of applause. And now we come to two of the most recognisable people in our poker network. The first is our General Manager of Poker, Garth Suckout Magnet K. Garth's played a leading role in developing, creating and establishing the 888 Poker League. He's across everything that goes on in poker in this country, not only in our business. And his knowledge of the game is second to none within the network. And dare I say it, in this room today. His partner in crime is none other than Daniel de Milford. Daniel started out as a tournament director. He made his way into APL head office, and then last year he joined the Full House Group team. We reckon that Daniel is the most huggable man in poker, and you can see why.
KFC.
Daniel's also the man behind the special events calendar that you play in and the tournament structures that you see at most of our events. Now, we're going to have a little bit of fun with these two guys this weekend. I've got in my hand here a coin. I've also got two badges. On one badge is a picture of Daniel Milford, and it says, "Beware my special spirit fingers." On the other, I have Garth K, and it says, "Sorry, I can't hear you over the sound of how awesome I am." So, what we're going to do is we're going to flip a coin, and the loser has to wear that badge the entire weekend. Okay, so, Daniel, you call.
Tails never fails on the face of New South Wales.
Tails it is.
I have to wear Daniel's card.
So, no. MILF, I lied.
New South Wales sucks.
It was heads.
Spend a weekend as a white bloke.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it from me. I'm going to hand over to these two guys. They've got a couple of very important things to run you through before we kick this tournament off. Thank you.
Thanks, Braids. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, of course, to the prestigious Crown Poker Room. For those of you that don't know me, like Braden said, my name is Daniel Milford. Some of you refer to me as the MILF. Fortunately, I don't look like one. I am the events and player manager for Full House Group. Over the course of this weekend, a couple of very important things will take place. We'll be running some fantastic promotions, side events, and of course, as Braden said, the pinnacle of our competitions, the main event. Before I go into a couple of those details, I'd just like to take this opportunity to congratulate once again each and every one of you for securing your seat here at the Crown Poker Room for this, of course, your main event. This is your main event. Don't get it wrong, guys. This isn't our event. This is yours, the main event. So before I go into a couple of those details, I'd like to just take this opportunity to thank you, congratulate you, and ask you to give yourselves a round of applause. I know that Garth, myself, and Braden will congratulate you throughout the weekend, but you deserve it. Also, before I kick off, I'd just like to take this opportunity to ask you to turn to the player to your left, turn to the player to your right, take a couple of seconds, shake their hand, introduce yourselves. You are all from different states around the country. Wish the player a couple of minutes of luck. Hopefully you double up off that person in the first 5 minutes. That'll be a great story. Rightio. Now to some very important details. Each and every one of you guys has a lanyard, a player lanyard around your neck. That is very important for a few things that will take place over this weekend. If you take a moment, look inside your lanyard, you'll see a main event picture card. Now the picture cards range from Jack to the Ace. So the Jack, the Queen, the King, and the Ace. The paint cards in a deck of cards. They all have a different suit. Throughout the course of this weekend, at 4:45 today, tomorrow, and 4 separate draws on Sunday, we will make an announcement up here where we'll be giving away some fantastic prizes provided by JB Hi-Fi. Now, the actual main prize is a fantastic entertainment system. We've got over 200 prizes to give away, including iPod docks, Blu-ray players, PlayStation 3s, digital cameras, $50 JB Hi-Fi vouchers, and for most of you, some vouchers for behind the bar to enjoy after your bad beat. So what will happen is the announcement will take place. Say the King of Spades get drawn out and you've got the King of Spades. You need to come up and see us, see the announcer, and you'll get to select the lucky envelope, and inside that envelope will be one of those prizes. You must be on site to claim your prize. We will send out a text message to each and every one of you who have qualified and participating in the main event to just remind you at 4 o'clock that the draw will take place at 4:45. So make sure you're here. Plenty of prizes to be given away, and you could be walking away with a fantastic entertainment system after this weekend. The second important piece of information is you'll also need that card later on tonight for the players' party, which will kick off at the completion of flight 1 or day 1. And what will happen is at the players' party, your quest will be to find somebody else with the same card as you, same picture card. You need to, if you've got the Queen of Spades, you need to find somebody else with the Queen of Spades. If you find a pair, or if you even find a set, so 3 players, come and see one of the crew that'll be located at the Everybody's Game message wall, and you'll be entitled to some fantastic prizes once again at the players' party. So I guess that's all from me at the moment. I'll hand it over to GK, who'll go through the structure and I guess get this event started. And strap yourselves in for a fantastic weekend. Once again, congratulations. Good luck. Here's GK.
Thank you, MILF. Congratulations, ladies and gents. I thank you even more for your patience. I know most of you have been sitting down now for half an hour and you haven't even seen a set of cards. That's very unusual for players, and you've remained quiet, so thanks very much for that. I guess we've covered off most of the congratulations. There are some thanks that I'd like to offer the network. First of all, to our TDs, our franchisees and our licensees. You saw a small minority of them earlier. Without them, we wouldn't have these events, we wouldn't have these people sitting here. So I'd like to thank them. The team at Crown, and especially the dealers that are dealing to you today, please try and show them as much respect as possible. They do know what they're doing. If you have any issues, stick your hand up in the air and someone will come over and help you out or answer any questions. Finally, to the Poker Media Australia guys, they'll be doing the live reporting. It will be extensive. No other pub poker event will be covered as much as this one will be. So if you have friends and family at home that want to follow your progress, just send them to Poker Media Australia. We will be keeping chip counts on everyone that's in the room at the moment. So every hour we'll be trying to update those chip counts as much as possible. Within your lanyard, there was one thing that was missed. There's a little small business card that has your name on it and then a 4-digit number. We need that to stay with your chip stack at all times so we can report on that. So please pull it out of your lanyard pouch and stick it on your chip stack now. You don't need to take that with you when you're on break. Finally, the last lot of people I'd like to thank, which isn't entirely obvious to everyone, but it's the supporters that are here to rail a lot of players. It's your partners that are here. I know within our poker team, there's a lot of partners that have had to say goodbye to their husbands and partners for the next 4 to 5 days, and they don't get to see them for that long. So I'd just like to say a big thank you to those supporters and partners, and would like to see everyone just say, offer a big round of applause now for those guys that are here railing you all. Finally, the poker team itself that'll be here looking after you the whole weekend, there's quite a few of them. From Victoria, there's Adam, Michael and Glenn. Just look for the guys wearing suits or a white shirt with a main event patch on it. From Sydney, there's Nikki, our marketing manager. You all know MILF, and most of you would know T-Bone or Trevor as well. From South Australia, there's Andre and Tim. And obviously, there's my colleagues from Melbourne head office, which is Sarah Franklin and Braden Haynes. They'll be floating around all weekend as well. I'd like to see you all offer a big round of applause. There's been a lot of effort and energy put into this event. We've already done close to 14 hours just in yesterday. These guys will be here for another 60 odd over these next 3 days. So I'd like to see a round of applause offered to these guys. Thank you all, guys. One more thing. There is a special little promotion that we're doing over the weekend. We're not going to reveal it all right now, but I'm an ardent Victorian supporter, so I plan on seeing at least 6 Victorians on the final table. I probably spoke a little bit too fast for the Tasmanians and Queenslanders here, so I will go around individually and just run through this speech again a little bit slower. And I'm sure MILF is rooting for some New South Wales players to me. So guys, we ask that you heavily support your state. Look for some Victorians and New South Wales. We have everyone represented here from around the nation. We don't count territories at all, so Northern Territory and the Australian Capital Territory doesn't have any representation. We also have one New Zealander, who I hope is our first player out, because we all don't like New Zealanders. No offence, Gina, you did well yesterday. Ladies and gents, with that, I would like to say blinds are 25.50. You have 30-minute blinds today. Dealers, you may now shuffle up and deal. Good luck, players.